And most of the models that go through this program end up in jail. So,
Annabelle, are you okay?
I hiccuped. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
wow.
I did it.
Rachel, how do you feel about her hiccups?
Are they hiccups, or are they hiccups because you're drinking again? Annabelle, I'm worried.
I'm definitely drinking, but not again.
Wow, Miranda, your competition that hates the most is drunk. What do you think?
I'm not surprised. I wasn't sure if her hiccups were from her being drunk again or from her coughing up some chewed up krill that she ate out of her boyfriend's floppy jaw.
You wish you had a boyfriend.
What?
You could have a pelican boyfriend.
Stop. You're spitting up chewed up krill all over the house and everyone's tired of it and everyone's tired of you.
I'm just so fucking full of krill because my
Wait, krill like what blue whales eat, like what whales specifically eat, like the microscopic little.
My pelican boyfriend is fucking insatiable and cannot get enough of me. So I'm so sorry that being in your face is disgusting to you, but love is love is love.
Wait, you have krill in your vagina?
Everywhere, honey, everywhere.
Ew. By strange whales, Miss Gaye is very scared of them.
Wow, sorry, Kaeli, the girls were not happy for you winning immunity. What do you think that was about?
Well, I think we should all be happy for anybody being immune to anything in this climate, in these days. So the fact that they're not happy for me being immune to losing that challenge makes me think they're behind the virus, if I'm honest.
I just wanted to know what her score would have been if she was only given one chance to interview someone, because I feel like in that first one she was very hostile to Miss Gaye and they didn't get a good soundbite. So if it was fair, I feel like she wouldn't have been at the top.
Rachel, now are you lashing out because you're on the bottom too, or what?
Yeah, 100%. I want this competition to be fair.
Yeah.
So that
Thank you for being candid, Rachel. I'm finally seeing some fire in you, which is one of your biggest critiques in this competition. I feel like this is a massive turning point for you. You needed to be in the bottom two to get the fire started.
Yeah, show us you care. Wow. Somebody's about to get blackmailed. Joseph, plug your next book.
Oh, so once you get the coffee table book, you need a bedside table book. And again, shipping restrictions on the publisher are limiting the number of pages I can put into it. But if you opt for white glove delivery, someone will come and take away your old bedside table book and deliver my new bedside table book right to your door.
And what's the book called?
Bedside Table Books.
Mm-hmm. Wow, oh my God, someone's being blackmailed. Everyone look at your email, but mostly...
I got an email from the DMV.
But mostly Miranda.
I did. I refreshed.
I thought I already renewed my registration.
Let me look at my spam.
Spam?
I don't have anything.
Timothy spam.
Oh my God, you guys, I have blackmail. But I'm not reading it to anyone.
What?
You have to read. You have to read it.
I'm not going to read it.
A very sexy copywriter spent time writing that.
Random.
I don't owe you bitches anything, and I'm trying to win this game. I'll give you a hint. We're going back to the... Fine, I'll just do it. We're going back to the start, not because we're yellow, because we're red bottoms. Blake.
Oh my God.
What do you think that means?
I think it's it's like a monkey thing.
Back to the start. What does that mean?
The first challenge was pants as shirts, shirts as pants.
Oh.
I don't want to do that again.
Neither.
Shirts do not look good as pants on me unless I rip the shirts.
Wow, ladies. Thank you for meeting me on the set of Entertainment Tonight for this week's Immunity Challenge. I asked you all to prepare a signature pose. So let's see what those look like. I heard an oh shit from Annabel, so we'll go in reverse alphabetical order. Which means Rachel. Rachel, will you please show us your pose?
Do I have to get in front of a background?
No, just show us in front of the camera.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
Cute, dainty. That'll be called the Rachel. Nothing's ever been called the Rachel before.
No.
Miranda, let us see your pose. Wow, very aggressive. But very marketable. Much like KMS kissing my screen from the first week, remember? And what do you call this pose, Miranda? The Miranda?
Yeah.
Wow, every group needs a Miranda. Kaeli, show us your pose, please. Wow, there's something stuck in her throat.
It's a throat chakra thing.
Wow. Annabel, show us your pose. So dainty, so unlike you, borderline likable. Wow, now that we all know your poses, the person to win immunity.
Miranda was laughing during my signature pose. She's so jealous.
Use that. Inertia. Thomas Edison. Energy's not lost, it's gained. You know what I'm saying? Snowball effect. Butterfly effect. Snowpiercer.
Look, that's it.
Wow, okay, ladies. Now that we know your signature pose, the person to win immunity this week is whoever gets somebody on this Zoom call to do your pose.
How do we do that?
Okay, go like this.
And you,
Blake, you should do my pose.
Jessica,
Miranda.
Jessica, Fred.
My pose. Look, it's
Jessica, I was rooting for you.
it's like sexy. It's like, but it's
Joe, there's a bee on your cheek.
No, text your friends. Go ask your roommates. What's happening?
Oh.
Baby!
Or should we not do roommates? Is that unfair?
No, it's
That's super unfair.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're not doing roommates.
Greg,
I have to pee. Ms. Gaye, will you talk with Joseph?
we can't do that?
we aren't doing
I
it.
got the roommates. I'm sorry, because 2 of you have them and 2 of you don't.
Oh, that's true.
Real models have roommates. Never mind. Bye.
So Joseph, let's talk about these signature
Love you.
poses.
I did it.
What do you think of Annabelle's pose?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I felt a little safe to
Yeah.
me. I wish there was maybe something. I mean, I think she knows that's her good side, and she went to her good side. And I wish that maybe she would have tried something a little more daring.
Yeah, I agree. What about Kaeli's signature pose?
Well, I'll tell you the first thing I noticed about this. You know, the neck in the wild is the vulnerable part. Animals, they protect their necks, but she had it wide open, which was very vulnerable, and I like that a lot about it.
Oh, so you saw a lot of vulnerability in her pose.
I did.
Fantastic. And what about Rachel's?
Rachel's, well, you mentioned earlier in the competition how she, as I'm doing now, has a couple ums, and it felt like there were some action ums in there.
Oh, like physical manifestations of
Exactly.
Rachel, how do you feel about that?
I was told to double down on the ums or take them out, so I doubled down.
Okay. Okay, that's a good retort. I like that. Okay. Who else are we missing? We talked about everybody. Oh, Miranda's.
Well,
how about Miranda's signature?
Yeah, well, what I'll say about Miranda's is there was action in there, even though she was very still. I felt like I was watching an action movie. There was just a lot going on. I felt like, whoa, I got to brace myself for this picture here. You can't look at it passively, and I liked it.
Okay, contestants, I want you to do something for me. I want you to send me a private message voting for the best signature pose that wasn't yours.
Like text you?
No, just message me on Zoom.
Do we give up?
Did it. Ta-da.
Who is gay?
Okay, interesting. I'm getting some responses, and the answers are quite interesting. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Well, how about this? As we're doing the immunity challenge, let's also do the main challenge because that'll take time too. Or do we decide to move on? I missed a lot.
I mean, here's what I made them vote for each other's signature pose, and there is a winner. I don't know if you want to come. I don't know if you want that to be the determining factor, but I can send you the message on who the winner is.
Okay, message me that.
Okay.
If somebody does have somebody show up before this week's challenge finishes doing their pose, you'll win. And if not, we'll go with Ms. Gaze. But this week's main challenge is a subversion. And Blake Wilding is known for what?
Subversion.
Version.
You're right. All right answers. So this challenge, much like shirt as pants, pants as shirt, is shoe as hat. So go to your wall that I told you to prepare and give us your best photo of shoe as hat. Text it to me, email it to me. You have 5 minutes. Who are your personal favorites of the poses?
You know, I have to say I was very disappointed in all of them. I can't say I have a favorite. They were all pretty terrible.
I agree, Joseph.
Yeah, well, I mentioned to Ms. Gaye there was something that popped out to me in Kaeli's pose about her vulnerability in it, and it spoke to a very animalistic part, which I liked. But yeah, I guess I agree for the most part. It was a little underwhelming. I think there was a lot of playing it safe going.
Joseph, who are the threats moving into this week's challenge?
Oh, well, I think, I mean, Annabel, I think she knows what she's got and she knows how to use it. So I think, and you know what's going to take this shoe as a hat challenge, it's going to take a good sense of balance. And since she's on the taller side, I think she's going to have that in her craw. She's already had to work on balance the whole life, and to balance a shoe as a hat.
Joseph, how do you know her height? We've only seen her seated.
I can just tell. She exudes it.
Wow. I haven't seen Tall Girl, so I wouldn't know. Ms. Gaye, who is a threat moving forward this week?
Well, you know, you've turned the game on its head, so to speak, in this challenge. So it's all out the window. You know, my favorites could suffer for this, but I'm remembering your very first challenge, and I was very blown away by Kaeli's photo shoot. I hope she uses the skills that she learned in the very first photo shoot to her advantage, because I feel like she might be the one that might win this for this week. I'm a little worried about Miranda, just because it's a tough challenge, and I could see her getting very frustrated and then just give up and give us her, you know, her signature pose, which should be whatever. That should be her signature pose.
Going into this week, I wouldn't believe that Miranda would give me that. She's the runaway train on a one-way track.
But is she ever coming back?
No.
That might not be a bad thing.
Might not be a bad thing, but this show's about inertia, movement, snowpiercer, snowballing, energy, Thomas Edison, you know?
Yes, yes, all those words.
Which means there's some girls in danger. Who might that be, Joseph?
Well, if this show's about Thomas Edison, it's going to be the Westinghouses of this competition. You know, we're going AC versus DC here.
Is it shoe as hat and hat as shoe, or just shoe as hat?
Shoe as hat.
Okay.
I'm already worried. Already,
I'm
that's
already-
me off.
She answered that question for
I'm a
us.
little worried. But you know what? Annabelle's whole journey is sort of fumbling and then accidentally finding perfection, which goes to show that modeling is not, you know, sometimes someone is just born with it, you know?
She's
That's
the
true. I
Mr.
mean,
Bean of the competition.
yeah, maybe being a little unsure of what's expected is going to produce some greatness here.
Mm-hmm. Or even unsure of what's going on, the reality of the situation.
Precisely.
Yeah, models have that ethereal quality.
Mm-hmm.
And the more ethereal, beautiful, dainty you are, the less tethered to reality you may be.
Yeah.
Harry
it's very-
Schiavo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
You know, it's
Baby
very
Jessica.
What?
Baby Jessica fell down the well.
Mm.
Right, of course. Who can
Elusive.
forget her? I mean, this photo shoot is dedicated to Baby Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because there's 4 girls remaining, and I feel like they're so polar opposites from each other. I feel like I want some of that accidental sort of like messy model in Annabel, and I would pair her with someone like a Miranda, who's sort of like not trying and just sort of finding it. It's very frustrating actually for Miranda, but you know my feelings towards Miranda.
We know.
And then we have Kaeli and Rachel, who I think are polar opposites from each other. You know, there's that poise that Kaeli has, that sort of like wild hunger for success, and Rachel is sort of going with the flow, very chill. You know, they have a lot of qualities that they can learn from each other. So I wish, instead of fighting all the time, I wish they would just listen to each other and learn from each other as well.
And they both have bangs.
And that too.
You know, it's true. We're so red versus blue these days, but we need to stop and see. We both got bangs. We both have different ways of approaching the competition, but I think you're both right. They could find a way to use each other's strengths and adopt them to what they could improve upon, and it'll put them ahead.
We're both right, but who might be more right? Even though we're saying the exact same thing, and we're in 100% agreement.
Right. Joseph, who inspires you? Just because you have a very fashionable eye, right up top, just from like the raw aesthetic.
And one evil eye.
And that famous evil eye.
Sorry. Absolutely. And I'm sorry I can't bring it back. I've since retired the evil eye due to insurance reasons.
Shame.
It's my lawyers and my doctor, but
well, you made laser beams coming out of your eye very fashionable in 2016.
You know, the things we did when we were young, huh? We're glad there was no Dr. Fauci around then to tell us what to do. None of that would have happened.
Wow, you're very political tonight. But Miss Gaye wants to know who inspires you, because you'll be taking a photo of one of these women.
I'm going to be honest. I think there's very little pretension in Miss Rachel here. So that's a very appealing quality to me.
Not in the competition inspires you. I'm sick of hearing about Rachel, Annabel, Miranda, Kaeli. Anybody that's not myself.
What?
Who are your
Who's
three
not
biggest,
in the
Who are your three biggest influences?
My 3 biggest influence: James Cameron, The Wreck of the Titanic, and lighthouses.
Wow, I see a theme there. That's beautiful. Do you have an idea for a photo shoot with the winner of America's Next Top Blake Model Quarantine Edition?
Well, I shoot black and white film, so it would be great if we could do some sort of shoot where you're thinking, is this underwater? Or is this like, are these ruins on the ocean floor? What am I looking at here?
Did you say
Yes.
shoe or shoot?
Shoot.
Shoe?
Shoot.
Shoe.
A black and white shoe?
Shoe fly don't bother me or shoot?
Shoot like point and shoot. Camera, click, shoot. They call it shooting film.
Oh, shoot, like the opposite of ladders, like shoots and ladders.
Shoot, yes.
No, well,
Like a
different
poop shoot.
spelling, a similar pronunciation, different spelling. Shoot like a firearm, but with no projectiles.
Oh, like a bamboo shoot.
No, see, that's a different shoot.
What are you going to do with all that bamboo then?
You're not a panda. You can't eat it. It's invasive in America.
It's impossible.
I did a nude campaign against invasive bamboo species in America.
Ooh, who shot those pictures?
David LaChapelle.
Oh my God, stunning.
Cousin, Danny Chappelle. Yes.
Oh.
What invasive species were you targeting?
Bamboo. Read a book.
Oh, well, I haven't seen any lately. It's been going well.
Well, you haven't been in the plains of Utah or the marshes of New Orleans. It's taking over.
Are they struggling with it? Wild
Everywhere's
bamboo?
struggling with it. The Dollar Tree in Boca Raton.
They're basically big straws. I have to imagine they just suck all the water out of the ground.
Yes. Wow, the pictures are coming in. Slowly but surely.
Who was your hardest client, the most difficult client you've ever had, Joseph?
Oh, man. That would have to be the bell that was on the bow of the wreck of the Titanic.
Wow, you were there.
I was there. I paid. It's $100,000 for non-scientists to go down, and you have to wear like a big exoskeleton suit. And I just wanted one ring out of it, and it was not willing.
They didn't even give you like a fashion discount?
No, it was purely. They said, "Hey, this is a business. This is a sacred site. We shouldn't even be doing this. This is dishonoring people's memory." But hey, I had the expense account of GQ in my pocket, so I made it happen.
So you actually took something home from that set. I believe you took home the wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah, I got it.
I'd love to see you standing in front of it.
Oh, I actually have it right here. Well, I was able to fit it in my background. Here we go.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You just walked to a different room and the wreckage is right there.
Yeah, I have it mounted. It's great for parties. People like to act like they're falling off of it.
Oh, that's really beautiful. And what do you use for the upkeep? I mean, it looks in pristine condition.
Yeah, well, back then, a lot of the ship was scrubbed down with beluga whale oil, which is getting increasingly hard to find. So I've had to find a lab to synthesize it for me. That's pricey too, but like I said, I got that GQ expense account.
Yes, of course.
So as long as they aren't really looking at those statements, I can keep this canvas shimmering for a long time.
And they won't be looking at those statements.
No, they got too much to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Too fucking busy.
Well, we're pretty much out of time. Annabelle,
Sorry.
are you in the shower again?
No, I just got a little technical difficulty.
See, I knew this was going to happen. I predicted this.
How dare.
You did, with your little scene ball. What are they called? Miss Cleo had one. It's
Cards.
a ball you look into. It's
Mhm.
It's clear. It's clear as glass.
Mm-hmm.
A crystal ball.
I have sent it.
A crystal ball?
Crystal wall.
We can't say that. That's copywritten.
You know what I like in houses? When they have those block glasses that are kind of like squiggly when you look through them. They're like in bathrooms and stuff.
Like 90s?
Yeah. It's like a little fun house.
My principal's office was like that. It was middle school.
So you could see if someone was in there in trouble, but you couldn't see who it was or what was going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, how was that experience for all the girls there?
Thank you.
Good?
I
Was
haven't
it easy?
A blast. I just had trouble with my phone.
Miranda, how was that challenge for you?
It wasn't my favorite challenge, but like always, I took a good picture, so that's all I can do.
Rachel, how was that for you?
I haven't touched shoes in days, so it felt nice to go to my shoe closets.
Annabelle, how was that shoot for you? It seemed like you struggled a lot.
I did not struggle with the creativity of the design. I only struggled with my phone not having a lot of battery. But I was able to make it work, and the creative stimulation of the challenge itself was life-changing.
Ah, wow. Kaeli, did you feel the same? She's muted.
Dimples.
I guess she's speechless. She's got nothing to say.
She's like, it's like regular Jessica.
Oh, there she is.
I had a great time. I had the perfect, as soon as Blake said it, I was like, I know which shoes I'm going to use. It was great. It was something I should have done a long time ago.
Incredible. How many pairs of shoes does everyone own?
That I wear regularly?
Well, I mean, it's a simple question. I mean, I don't know why you have to add an addendum to the question I asked. It's fairly simple.
Like 20 pairs of shoes?
I think 12.
How many was that,
I have
Rachel?
a lot. I have like 50 pairs of shoes.
50?
50.
Well.
Yeah, I have a lot of Toms. My mom likes to send me Toms.
Is it because you like Tom Hanks?
I do like Tom Hanks, but I also like Toms because they're very comfortable shoes.
Ladies, I simply can't shut you up, but we have all the photos in. So it's time to review. Let's go in alphabetical order, shall we? Challenge was shoe as hat.
I wonder if we're going to see any boots in here.
Oh, that would be so nice.
I'd be thrilled to see a boot.
I'd love to see a boot. With Annabelle.
Oh.
Rocking a Nike, which I think we can say because it's a Greek god. Ms. Gaye, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, I love it. I really love it. All that struggle backstage really paid off. I think this is very My Fair Lady meets the Nike store. You know, I see those two pair of beautiful floral shoes as the actual hat, but then I see the Nike sneaker as a purse. So not only are you providing shoes as hat, you're providing shoe as purse.
Like she's blocking the rain, yeah.
Which I think is just next level. I love it. The face is great. You're improving week by week. I'm able to finally see the Blake model underneath all of that natural beauty. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joseph.
That's the best critique I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I love the message I'm seeing here, and it is very. I'm getting like a sort of the importance of being earnest, tea and cucumber sandwiches. But on the top, there's this message that there's as sweet and nice as you try to be, you might get crushed by a big galoot. But I got to be honest, I'm a little underwhelmed by the pose here. That being said, I like the message and I like the overall presentation, but it's not perfect.
I have to agree with Joseph a little. The pose is a little underwhelming. There's a lot of focus on the top shoe, but this face is gorgeous this week. And I'm kind of getting Eastern European woman.
A babushka?
A little babushka.
It's a babushka.
Excuse me, Annabelle, please.
Annabelle, please. Can you not say bush for 1 minute?
No.
We simply have to move on. to Jess, not to Jess R, to Kaeli.
Ah,
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Put words to those brain thoughts, Ms. Gaye.
You know, I've seen better. I'm not gonna lie, Kaeli. This is my least favorite of what I think is a perfect resume that you've provided. This is oddly giving me The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild with that hat up there. I don't hate it because you look stunning as always, but I don't think you're pushing the envelope when it comes to shoes as hats. Like, what are you trying to say here? What's the message here? I think the biggest detriment is that I was just blown away by Annabelle's, that yours in comparison just doesn't quite hold up.
Wow, Joseph, you've met Link from Link's Awakening, or whatever it was just said.
Yeah, he's little. He's this big.
Yeah, you did a swimsuit photo shoot with him for FHM.
I had to get a little, a giant macro lens to zoom in on him to really get everything. And he talks like when someone shrinks down in a movie, and then the voice goes like this. It's really high. That's how he talks. Because
I always thought your
little.
voice would stay the same. Boy, was I wrong.
His vocal cord, something about his vocal cord, drunk.
Wow, what are your thoughts on this photo as well?
Well, I'm getting a similar vibe of vulnerability here. It's open chest. This is my vulnerable area, and it's both vulnerable and confident at the same time. I wish the shoe was more prominent. That's all I gotta say. I'm not sure if I'm looking at a moccasin or what here, but I'm really digging the pose.
I have the shoe here.
We want to meet it.
Like a van.
Wow.
Well, this is
it looks very different.
Why are you hiding that beautiful moccasin behind? I don't know. I feel like, It's not okay. The problem is that if this shoot is about shoes as hats, the subject becomes about you wearing the shoe. It's not the shoe being worn by you.
I mean, may I respond?
Please.
Okay. Well, I feel like hats are just there to bring attention to the eyes in a lot of modeling. It's like a way to shield an eye. It's a way to and then, there they are. And so I just didn't want it to be all about the hat. Like, it's more about my eyes than the hat.
Well, I think this is a pretty big injustice. Because normally when I see a van, I want to hop in it. But this van wasn't even recognizable as a van. It's almost a little censored from Peter Pan. You know the princess? Whose name I shan't say?
Of course.
Because of the scandalous photos she took? Not because it's insensitive to the natives?
Of course, yes.
No,
she was on Penthouse. She had a full 6-page spread on Penthouse. It was a career-ending move, I think.
Yeah, she thought she was going to get more adult roles out of it, but
didn't work out that way.
She got rolled out of Hollywood.
I have to agree, it's a gorgeous face. It's a gorgeous pose. There's lots of motion. We lost the hat a little. The shoe. Oh my God, I couldn't even tell it was a shoe anymore.
That's what I thought you wanted it to be like.
Still has to be shoe. Okay. When I'm voicing a krill in Finding Nemo 3, I still have to be a krill even though I'm myself.
Yeah. Is it the same krill that comes out of Annabelle's cooch?
Yeah, I suddenly got very horny.
I have to assume so. I thought she was plugging my film, but she was talking
about plugging your film.
A pelican. Sorry, we simply have to move on. Miranda. Ms. Gabe.
Explain your inspiration here, Miranda.
I'm tired of being here, so I use leaves to transport us to somewhere a lot nicer, somewhere where people like Annabel, we say, no, go away. And I feel like I captured that in this picture. Like, I don't know. I just like it, you know.
Wow, it's like your whole photo shoot's about me and not about trying to make good photos.
No, I guess it's about me because it's a picture of me.
Mhm.
Wow. So when you say you don't want to be here, what do you mean?
I'm just tired of all the girls.
Wow.
Well, we're tired of you.
So would you say this is like a sabotage shot for you then?
I wouldn't say sabotage. I would say this is a catharsis shot for me. I mean, all my shots are sabotage to the other girls because they're the best shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I can only do me.
Well, do you still want to win?
Of course I want to win.
Okay. Just check. Joseph, any thoughts on this photo?
Well, I'm going to say the first thing I noticed, which is these laces coming down. I think it's a great incorporation of the shoe. And I think it's the best we've seen so far as the incorporation of the shoe. It almost, it hints as to this shoe is part of my hair and my head. And we're behind the leaves, so we're thinking, what kind of creature am I? Are we in the jungle? Is this like an arachnophobia situation where there's this new species we discovered? Yeah, I'd have to say that the number one thing that sticks out to me is the shoe use here. I'm digging the laces. We haven't seen that yet.
Thank you.
I like that. It looks like you're in a jungle. And people my age tend to watch Dora the Explorer, so I like that.
Thank you.
And there's great motion. But we simply have to move on to Rachel.
Mm.
Rachel, what is in your mouth? A thermometer?
Is that a pregnancy?
Yeah.
A mouth thermometer?
The thermometer? Because I'm sick and I have my shoes on my head.
Okay.
Ms. Gaye.
Well, you know, Rachel, I love what you do. I'm a big fan of yours, but this one was a little lost in translation for me. The sick and shoe is sort of a little mismatchy to me. I will say, and I very much appreciate the variety of shoes on your head. You have a tap shoe. You have a what is that? A croc?
Mm-mm.
Yes, but I wasn't going to say it because I don't know if we're sponsored.
We are sponsored partially though, so we can say croc.
Killer Croc is a friend.
Mm-hmm. I like this. I like this. You know, I'm just seeing the theme is a little disjointed.
I kind of like that. Helter Skelter, Potpourri, Slice of Life. I'm a little lost with the thermometer because I don't know where it's been. And I didn't know that was a tap shoe. I like it more now. Joseph, how do you feel about Rachel's photo?
Well, I'm a little bummed of the lack of dynamics and contrast in the image, but I do have to say, I think this is. I'm just flabbergasted as to how the heck they're sitting up there, and it's making me like this photo a lot. I don't understand the balance that's going on. It's a tap shoe, so it's got to be heavy. And I like the fearlessness in the pose. I see a lot of, I'm taking the picture. What do you think? And what a mix, what a dynamic mix. I mean, you're going tap shoe versus croc. It's like leisure versus I'm Gene Kelly dancing up a storm. What are these two? You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't like them mixing. They're two sides of the extreme. It's like.
Well, why the sudden change of heart?
Well, as I'm presenting these two at the same time, I'm thinking, oh, that's an interesting contrast. But you know what? Sometimes contrast brings them both down because we got two extremes here. We got a relaxation shoe and we got an active
But
shoe.
you don't think the top shoe balances both of those?
I mean, it's certainly making a bridge, but they still look to be sort of in contention with each other. And maybe that's a commentary on how when there is conflict, it hurts everybody, even the people in the middle who don't have a stake in the fight.
Well, speaking of conflict, while the judges input their scores, I have to ask, who should be eliminated from this competition? Starting with Annabel.
Which of the fellow contestants should be eliminated?
Yeah, one girl has to go. She won't make the final.
Yeah, I'd say
Miranda.
Oh, we're all so surprised.
Short and sweet.
I'm not
Kaeli.
trying to surprise you.
Miranda, everybody's least favorite Sex and the City girl.
Wow, let's skip Miranda and ask Rachel.
She said it in her judges time that she doesn't want to be here anymore. Even if she doesn't like us, if she really wants to be a top model, she has to deal with everyone in the industry, and that includes us.
Yeah, what am I dealing with you all?
Miranda, what's your answer to this question?
Who should go home? All of them. All of them should go home. If I had to rate them, let's see. Obviously, Annabel shouldn't have been here in the first place. Kaeli and Rachel, honestly, a tie because I forget both of them. Everybody wants to get rid of me. I take it as a compliment. I love it. It makes me feel like I'm a threat, and they want to get the threat home because they want to win. But that's not going to happen because the Miranda storm is a brewing, Miss Blake.
And one last question before I shuffle this cat-themed tarot deck and eliminate a girl. What do you bring that the other girls don't, Annabel?
I think I bring an element of surprise. I think that while, yes, I'm unlikable, I guess, you never know what I'm going to do. And I think that X factor is really important for the new world of modeling.
Interesting.
I'm very sexually active as well.
What do you bring that the other girls do not?
What do I bring?
Mm-hmm.
It. Every time. Period.
Period. Miranda?
I bring something new. Everything the other girls bring, it's something that we've seen before a million times and done far better. I think I'm not afraid to be myself. This is what being a real person looks like, and I'm not afraid to be a real person. So that's what I bring to the table. Realness.
And last but not least, Rachel, what do you bring that no other girl does?
Diversity. I feel like everyone else is white, and at least even though I am white passing, I am Asian. On top of that, I am consistent in my photos. I keep getting pretty decent remarks, even if I am at the bottom for some reason. I don't know how the numbers work. I would love to see the Excel sheet or the Google Doc once this is all over.
They'll be reported to the government, and you can look it up on the IRS website.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Wow, I have 4 beautiful girls in front of me and 2 hideous men behind me, Ms. Gaye and Joseph. And there's 3 photos in this deck of cat-themed tarot cards. And those photos in these deck are the girls who are safe. Behind this 9 of coins is the winner of this week's immunity challenge and the highest scorer this week, Annabel.
Oh my God. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, judges.
Congratulations on making it to the finals.
Yes, congratulations.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a weight off my shoulders.
Also squeaking by this week, Kaeli.
You squeaked by.
It was tight, the bottom this week. Wow, Miranda and Rachel, both in the bottom. Like diarrhea that can't pass through an obstructed bowel. But one of you.
Diarrhea that can't pass through?
Diarrhea passes through anything.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was I thought it was a beautiful sentiment, but
I feel like it's pretty good metaphor for me because you keep saying nice things about me and then yet I'm on the bottom, so it doesn't make sense.
wow, if you're gonna put yourself down like that, then Miranda is safe.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Rachel. It wasn't just because you called yourself diarrhea. It was also the math. Do you want to curse anybody out? What do you want to say?
You said this would end by 9:30 and it's almost 10 o'clock.
Some of you took
Do you
very
have work in the
long.
morning?
the hats.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rachel.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I have to mute you.
Fine.
And we have to throw your
I'm gonna be the Winnie Harlow.
Wow, shocking.